Hi, I'm Ken. Hi, I'm Ken. Hey, John, come on!
Come on, let's go. We're not doing the show tonight, Ken.
What are you dressed like this for?
We're not doing live. We're doing the field templating tonight.
No. We did that last week.
No. Chris said we did that for the promo.
You're confused. Don't listen to Chris. He's bad. He's a bad man.
Okay.
Tonight we are going to show the video that we made, and it is our first field trip.
Okay.
And we are excited about that, and hopefully we'll do others if we can still get away from the Jacksonville Police.
All right, good deal.
But yeah, I'm excited.
We did do a field trip, and we got to ride the short bus all the way over to the job site, which was really cool. And we had a good time. And I've got divots in my head, so you can go ahead and start laughing
about it this
time. We have a great show planned for you tonight. Mm-hmm. We did do a field trip, as I've said, for the third time or fourth time. And we covered Templast material.
You mean this isn't live?
No, it isn't. Not right now. Anyway, we had a great time, and we put together a short video that is about templating. And what it's going to be is the start of a series that we're going to do on actually fabrication. So we're going to take, hopefully, 20 minutes of each show and just talk a little bit about the countertop that we've been working on, that we will be working on actually. And we're not actually going to do a lot of fabrication on the show because that's not what the show's all about, but we're going to show you what we've done, maybe show you a tool on that particular segment, and then we're going to go on to doing the rest of the tools. And when we sent the email out today, we mentioned a great shower scene that our producer, Chris, cut out of the video. He just thought it was a little bit much. So the shower scene is out, and maybe it'll be in the archives somewhere sometime.
The shower scene did not involve me. I just want to make that very clear.
No, it just involved me because I'm the one that's always doing all the stupid stuff.
Okay, we'll leave that alone.
So I guess we can just go to the video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we really have anything else more to say. We'll talk about the templating after the video. So sit back and enjoy and watch it. We're going to watch it for our first time as well and see how it came out. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Hi, I'm Ken, and it's great to have you here. We're on our first field trip, and we had talked about this. If you saw it on our announcements of shows upcoming, well, this is it. We're out in the field, and today we're going to talk about templating. The types of templating we're going to talk about are really the ones that are probably still most common in the solid surfacing industry. What I want to show you is one of the tools that we really need to do this with, and here we have just a templating kit. Specialty Tools, once again, sells these. And this really has the fundamental tools that you need for a template. In here you have the hot melt sticks, which you need to glue your pattern pieces together. It also has a tape measure. It has a razor knife. Great thing about this razor knife is it retracts, carries extra blades. Simple to use and very small. Nice razor knife. Of course, a Polygon TC, the glue sticks, which I already mentioned, and a Sharpie for marking out your template. With this, and a small square, which unfortunately doesn't come with the kit, but with these, you can easily make a template virtually anywhere. What we're going to talk about beyond this is also the types of materials that need to be used. Most guys will either use a strip method or a full-size pattern method using a web made out of either cardboard, maybe Dorskin Luan, or in the case of one item that I have here to show you tonight, plastic, full sheet, Templast material. Either one will work fine. The benefit to Templast over the other materials is, I guess we could refer to this as being a green material because you can use this over and over and over again. The problem with other consumables such as cardboard or wood is you'll use it once and throw it out. So you're filling your dumpster and you're also just using up resources unnecessarily over and over. In this case right here, we have a simple vanity top. We wanted to show you this because it involves angles, which are great. In this case, the mirrors have been removed. The full-size mirrors are out of place for us, so that makes it a little bit easier for us. But one thing I wanted to show you, if you have to make a template and you're caught in a situation where the customer doesn't want to remove the top because maybe your lead time is a little bit long or it would be a great inconvenience, one of the simple things you can do is actually have blocks just like this. And this is really nothing more than a 2x4 with 1x stock nailed to the bottom. The great thing about this is when you slide it up to the splash, you can see it actually takes us just slightly above. The great thing about this is when we put our templating stock up here, It would allow us to move it fully to the wall to get a scribe to match the wall line, and at the same time we could extend the material over. And what this allows me to do, using my boards here to space the material up, I can take a tape measure, and if I want to get, let's say in this case, because this is a full overlay cabinet, or actually a partial overlay, I probably want to do about 1.5 inches of overhang. So I can bring this out that far, and I know that's right where I want to bring this. So you take and you slide this out, and then we'll take this one more time and we'll confirm our position. And the great thing is now we're right at 1.5 inches of overhang. And very simply what we'll do is we'll take a strip, we can take and put it right to the wall, and we can bend it and hot melt it on here. And it's best to put the adhesive right where the wood blocks are. But then we can take this and we can get the plastic to bend and follow the shapes of the wall. And now our plastic strip, instead of following the curve of the wall, we have our overhang marked off, and then we just repeat these steps and we will have completed our template. We'll finish out the template showing it actually exposed on the cabinet frame itself and how to mark it out. So that'll make it a little bit simpler for us. So let's go ahead. What we'll do is we'll take everything out, take the top out, and we'll complete our template with the top no longer in place. But this is how you would do it if you had to work in an existing situation. Just use your spacer blocks, raise it up, check your overhangs to make sure they're accurate, and then just glue a strip on the back wall to follow the shape of the wall, and you'll have a perfect fitting top every time. One of the things that you always need to do is you need to check to make sure that the cabinets are in plane. Not level, but in plane. Most manufacturers require that they be in plane within 1/8 of an inch deviation over 6 foot, which means you can be off by about 1/8 of an inch, but really not anymore, otherwise you run into warranty issues later down the road should the top fail. So we have a straight edge here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go from cabinet across the faceplate and to the other cabinet. I can see my templates touching at all 3 points, so that shows this is in flat or in plane. I can take and reverse this again, going across here, across the stile, or across the rail, and onto the other cabinet, and I'm touching at all 3 points. So I know that my cabinets are flat. Having checked that, I'm now ready to start making my template. It's great that John's here. Now I can get a little bit of help doing this. Actually, we're going ahead and we're just kind of buttoning up our template here. We went ahead, we made this section while it was up in the air on the block. So we showed how you could template with the top in place by going right over the top of the splash. The overhang, this came out beautiful. We have an exact inch overhang off the end. Okay. Because if it's a partial overlay door, we have 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches, which gives us... This is nice. You can see right through it. Yeah, it's great. This is wonderful stuff to work with. So this you cut into strips. Well, what we did is we have a large web piece, just like over there, and we get the proper overhang with the full sheet, and then we just take a strip, we put down dabs of hot melt, and we flex the strip to follow the wall. So even though the wall, which is never even, as you can see, it fits it perfect. Oh, yeah. If in the shop they follow this template, this top will come up, and it's a perfect hand and glove fit. But now it's just a matter of, here's this next strip cut. We'll grab our hot melt gun. We have our overhang right where we want it at 1.5 inches. Again, 1.5 inches over. Okay. 1 inch past the end of the frame. We'll grab our hot melt. We'll put 2 dabs on either spot underneath here, and it won't move again. We've already done that over here, so that's nice and solid. Ooh, this is the infamous 3M gun. There it is. You want to just put a drop right there. Great. And same thing right here. By doing this, it really makes it easy because... Oh, that's all right. That's enough to hold it. Okay. There we go. Right. As you can see now, the template won't move. I'll let you go ahead. You want to try to glue down that back? Sure. Do you want to hold it even with this end, or it doesn't matter? Yeah, just hold it right flush. Well, actually, you've got to cut a little bit off over there then for me. No problem. All right, so you're putting a bead down or just some dabs? Just long lines. There you go. Perfect. And we'll go ahead, take and lay it right over, drag it right over your glue and push it right up to the wall. Right. And we'll take and we'll go ahead and we'll put a dab right there. And if you want to take care of that end, we'll just take and we'll go the 1.5 inches over.
Right.
That way our overhang will stay consistent.
How do you want to hold that in?
Here, let's go ahead. Let's get that right at 1.5 inches. If you want to just slide that in. Now, in the wintertime, you want to really make sure that you get plenty of glue if you're up north, because the glue itself will become more fragile.
Right.
During the summertime, it's not so bad.
Right.
Okay. Now we have a full working template. All the perimeter points are marked and are present. And
you think this will hold together well enough, in transport and what have you?
I think so, because we can fold this leg over.
Okay.
And we can just, by putting a bent crease in this right here, we can fold that leg over. So it'll actually be folded up fairly small. All we do is now we take this right here. We can take our square. There's mark the center line right between the two doors.
Right.
Put a line like that. Take this. Bring it around. Work the square right off the front. There's the center line of your sink.
Mm-hmm.
Mark it out that it's a sink. This is a finished end.
Right.
We'd mark that FE as a finished end. And there's our finished.
I guess they didn't want me sucking my fingers while we were doing this.
And then we always put slash lines just to mark a wall. Whatever technique you come up with for marking a top is fine. Everybody has a little different way of doing it.
Now, it's nice to also mark the dividers
yes,
for when you do your build-ups.
Correct. If you have especially in a kitchen sink, where it's very critical getting the cabinet in, we could go ahead and do this. We could just sit there and put a line here.
Right.
And put cab wall.
Right.
And we could do the same thing here if we chose to do that, if we thought it was going to be an issue.
Yeah, if you were putting a sink in here that was very large, it may become an issue. Of course, we're not on this one, but...
In this case, this is pretty easy. And then the last thing that you want to do, and we always made sure that we did this, we would always write a legend of what is entailed on a legend, a little story.
Oh, okay.
A story. But
like we do on maps.
And now the style of sink we could actually write over here. So if it were a quarrying job, we would say that this is, let's say it's an 810 in Glacier White. Very common sink, very common color. And this is the only top we're doing on this job. Let's say it doesn't involve any other rooms in the house. We could sit there and write, this is template 1 of 1. And that way the fabricator who picks this job up, he knows basically all he needs right here. He's got his legend that tells him what he's going to build the top to. His sink is called out. This material does not expand and contract like cardboard or even Luan would be. So putting dimensions on is critical. If you really felt you needed to, you could always put one cross measurement, which would give you the exact layout position again.
Okay.
But once again, in this case, this material is very stable, and I'm not that concerned.
Are you doing any radiuses here?
You could mark out a radius. If you wanted to, you could sit there and let's say we put a 1-inch radius there.
Okay. Especially being a walk area here.
And then you would do this again, 1-inch radius. That way if somebody stumbled off the toilet, they wouldn't pop their head on a sharp corner. That would really take care of this. This template is essentially done. Once again, we hot melted it down so it wouldn't move, but getting it to release, that's it.
Very nice.
So, there we go. Very simple, and to get our fold, we'll go just like this. Remember I told you we'd get a nice fold out of it. We'll take our knife, we'll lay it right underneath here. We'll just create a little score line there.
Right.
And what that'll allow us to do is to fold the template over that way.
Okay.
And then this right here will go right over that way. And now that template is all ready to just walk right out of the house with.
So actually, when you do a template job, you don't need a pickup truck to carry the template in or anything like that?
You could easily fit that in a car.
Great.
And the great thing about it is we've used all the pre-existing folds that were in the material, clean this up, wash it off, and you use it again on the next job.
Very good.
Okay, so that's great.
That's it.
We'll cut and we're ready to go to the strip method real quick.
All right, super.
The full sheet method, the benefit to that is, and John will tell you, is you can use it over and over and over again.
Right.
So that we would call that the green method. This is a little bit more wasteful in that what we've done is we've cut simple strips, and we'll lay these strips down to match the frame configuration that we want, hot melt them together, mark them out. and then we'll be done.
Aren't these awfully flimsy, though, compared to a full sheet?
Well, once again, remember this is plastic, so it's fairly stable. We can put a cross dimension on it. And by putting a cross dimension, by laying it flat back out onto the table in the shop, you'll get the shape that you want.
Okay.
I agree with you. It's not as stable, but it'll still work. On a real big top, I would be a little bit nervous. The one drawback is this is wasteful. You'll throw it out when you're through. So other than that, I'm ready to go. Let's go ahead and get it done.
You just have to buy more.
That's it.
Okay, let's do it.
This has gone really quick.
Yeah, this is really fast. It's easy. I still think I like the full sheet method better, but I guess it's strictly a matter of opinion. That's it. It's all done.
Really, that's it. And it's just as easy to fold this as the other one. Since this is disposable, you're not so concerned about scoring the material up. The only thing really that we would be left to do here is to mark it out. We want to make sure that we mark the center line.
Right.
And it might be good in this case to make sure we did a diagonal measurement. A very simple way for doing that would be to take, let's say we took and we cut a slot right in here. And the purpose for cutting the slot is we can put a little line here.
Now, what is this for?
This way we can make sure, because this is a little bit more flimsy than the solid web is,
Okay.
we want to make sure that our guys in the shop get this in the exact same open position that we did here in the field.
Is this something you made up, or is this something people really do?
Well, they really should do. We used to really do it. I can slip the end of my blade right in there, come all the way across to this side over here, and I can take and make a little line like this, and then we would just write 70 inches there.
Okay.
So there's an arrow pointing over here. They know where the cut point is to insert the tape.
That's really a good idea.
And that way they can, once they get on this bench, they can get this opened up exactly to where it was here in the field.
Great.
So it's perfect. So once we have this, it's just a matter of, once again, popping it loose because we've hot melted it down all along the way. And
Jeez, how much did you put back here? There.
yep.
You know what's nice about this, too, over cardboard, is you couldn't do that with cardboard.
No, the cardboard would just
It would
tear
just
away.
tear away. This is great.
But it's that simple. Now we have a strip template.
And this we can fold up the same way just by...
You can take it. We could either put a score line in it, or you can just bend it right over. The corrugation will just, it'll just. There you go.
Oh, look at that. And it doesn't change dimension at all.
It shouldn't change.
Not enough to make any
Yeah,
difference.
not enough to where it's going to really be an issue. I mean, anytime you flex something, you certainly do affect it.
Okay.
But as you can see, if you hold my pen,
Sure.
there's our template.
Wait,
Once
here.
again, the point that you made, yeah. But the point you made earlier is, yeah, you don't need a truck. Even with a method like this, you could fold your template up, easily put it in a car, and be on your way. So what do you say we take this back to the shop and we start building a top?
All right. I think we ought to do it.
Let's go have fun.
All right. We'll see you.